Two catastrophic things just happened to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but don't worry, by any stretch of our imaginations, are these catastrophic events, are they negative? As a matter of fact, they've been completely positive for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And these events that I'm referring to, they didn't happen that long ago. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about, we look to their most recent playoff series against the Denver Nuggets. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and a bunch of his young Oklahoma City Thunder teammates, they get their first Game 7 victory of their young NBA careers, and we all know what Game 7 is. It's one of the hypest things in all of sports. We see the crowds get crazy, we see the environments get crazier, and we get to see which players thrive and which players crack under these type of environments. And we seen Shai Gilgeous-Alexander go in there and be the best basketball players on the court. His teammates fed off of that, and they handled the Denver Nuggets promptly in a 7-game series. So I think this does a lot for their confidence, especially when you get over a hump that you couldn't get over last year. I just think it lets the Oklahoma City Thunder, it lets them reassert themselves again and let them know that they really are that. We might be a young team, but we can still dominate. So we have that, and then this next event, this just happened as well, and that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning his first MVP award. Congratulations to Shai Gilly. He's the 2025 NBA MVP, and I think he's well deserving. But I think this MVP award, this is so much for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and this is so much for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it's so much for Shai for so many reasons. There's a lot of, and I don't know why, there's a lot of negative connotations, a lot of negative narratives around his game right now. The whole free throw line thing is completely crazy. I read a couple of stats that I thought was very crazy. Now, there's been 29 MVPs other than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that has attempted more free throws than him in their MVP seasons. And then also I saw a stat that said if you take away all of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's points from free throws this season, he's still leading the NBA in points. And it just proves that this guy is a real life bucket getter. He's unguardable. You have to follow him. When somebody is unguardable and somebody can get to that mid-range area, you can't really double team him like that. He's unguardable, and that's what Shai has come. You look at this guy, he's averaging 30 points for over 3 years now. This year he shot 50% from the field. Like, that is insane. So this validates, and not to say that Shai didn't already validate himself, but now it's kind of like, I got the trophy now. Like, what can you say? What else can you say? And then we seen how much this meant to him personally. He talked about his basketball journey, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's so damn good at basketball, and now he makes it look so easy. You think like he's been like this his entire life at the game of basketball, but he let us know that this is continuously hard work. In the 9th grade, he got cut. He got cut from his high school basketball team, and for a lot of kids, that can end their basketball dreams right there. But he stayed confident, he believed in himself, and he kept going, and he got to this point right now as where he is as a basketball player. And he also talked about the importance of his wife on his journey, and how he just brought a son into this life, how important his son is to him. And then last and certainly not least, he talked about the importance of his teammates. And I think
I would like to start this whole, speech with just thanking my teammates. Like, I can't say enough how much you guys mean to me, and not only as like a basketball player, but like as family. You guys, I know you guys know, like, we do everything together on and off the court. We go shopping, we eat. Like, you guys are really like my brothers, and I really mean that. And without you guys, none of this would be possible. And I want you guys to know, like, this award is your award too. So thank you guys so much.
Is where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, this whole moment right here, and then really the entirety of these last 2 seasons, he has grown as a leader, like a legit leader. And that's the one thing we don't talk about a lot. We love the X's and O's so much. We forget to talk about how important leadership is, especially when you're the best player on the team and you're the face of the franchise. But I love what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does as a leader. I love the way that he leads on the court, off the court. We look at the Oklahoma City Thunder in their post-game interviews and their press conference interviews. All these guys have the same energy. They have the same swag. They talk alike, and that's all an extension of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And one thing that a lot of people don't talk about with the Oklahoma City Thunder, these guys are so poised. You cannot get them off of their square, and that starts with their best player. We look at Shai Gilgeous. Sometimes he takes some rough fouls. Sometimes players try to talk to him. And I don't think I've seen, well, I have. I can't say that I have, but it's amazing to see somebody stay so poised and so calm with the way that he plays. He could talk all the ish in the world that he wants, but he's so cool, so calm, so collected, and then that also spreads throughout his teammates as well. So I think he's become a great leader in that aspect, knowing how to lead, knowing how to stay calm and collected, and then also looking at him. Look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. As much as he shoots the basketball, as much as he scores, he still plays defense, and I think that does a lot as well, because if I'm a role player and I see the guy that's shooting all the shots, getting all the buckets, we come down and he's playing defense hard, he's helping, he's rotating, he's crashing the boards, he's getting steals, it's going to make me want to do those little things as well. So I love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for all of those reasons. And I think what he just did after getting this MVP trophy, the gesture that he made for his teammates, I think this is going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder a long way. And if I'm being honest, I think it's just propelled these boys to an NBA championship, because after winning the MVP, the night that's about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he made it about his teammates. After winning MVP, he said he was so thankful for what they've done for him. He went out, he iced out all of their wrists, and he got all of his teammates Rolex watches. He got all of them Rollies. And I'm with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 100%, because it is his teammates do play a huge role in him winning this MVP award. They have a really good goddamn team, and that's why I just don't understand how people were saying that they weren't the favorites in the West because they were young. I think this is back-to-back years they're the youngest team in the NBA. And if you look back to last year, they didn't lose last year because they were inexperienced, and that might have played a factor, but I should say it wasn't the biggest factor. The biggest factor is that they couldn't match the front court of the Dallas Mavericks, getting horsed on the board. So that's why them going out and having this spectacular offseason, getting Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein. I swear to you guys, when they made that trade the next day, I said the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're going to be having nights throughout the regular season where they're going to be spanking teams by 30, 40 points, making it look way too easy, making it look unfair. And that's what we saw for the entirety of the season. And I said it's hard for me to see a team that's going to get out of the Western Conference other than them. And that's what I'm seeing right now. But I think these two things right now, that Game 7 victory, Shai winning his MVP, putting that crown on his head, and then also showing how important his teammates, his brothers is to him, I think that's all they need to win this championship. And I'm looking at these four teams, the way that the Minnesota Timberwolves is just not a good matchup for the Minnesota Timberwolves, because they don't have a post presence. I think that's what you need to have a chance of throwing this defense off balance. That's why we seen Jokic be able to take them to 7 games, because they don't have like a real post defender yet. And Chet Holmgren, he's an elite rim protector when it comes to block to foul ratio. He's one of the ones, but he still has a very slim frame. So they don't have a true post defender yet. That's the one weakness that I would say that this defense has. And then they have so many weapons. Even with them having that weakness, they know how to put together different schemes to mask it. So this defense is just I don't think it's a good matchup for any of the teams left in the playoffs. And I honestly think the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think right now, I have them as the 2025 NBA champions. But I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, over this last week of a half, he was already a tremendous basketball player, but I think he just took another step forward. That's what I'm saying. These last 2 games, he's been terrific. And then also these last 2 games, his teammates has been on another level as well. But that's what I wanted to talk about with you guys today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe. Subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man. And that's curtains.